guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fairy Fountain Podcast. As usual, I'm joined with my co-host Slime, and we're here to talk about Nintendo's epic E3 direct. Oh wait, sorry, this is the wrong episode, wrong year. Actually, we're here to talk about everything that happened in June, the lack of a direct, even though we technically got two presentations from Nintendo. But did we really?
Yeah.
How have you been doing, Slime?
I've been doing fantastic. I'm feeling. Never mind. I couldn't come up with anything clever. I'm feeling.
You're really feeling it.
That. I'm ready to show him a thing or three, and what else? I'm feeling packed, I guess.
Feeling packed. Unfortunately, right now, Nintendo did not agree with you.
I'm feeling. Or should I say the slime is back? Slime's our hero. The slime just can't be beat. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, it
has
been a. I did not.
The Ghostly Adventures.
Oh, Pac-Man. Okay.
Oh.
I was lost. Anyways, we're here to talk about everything that released this month and the news that followed, even though for June, this has been a relatively lackluster month.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were all kind of expecting a big Nintendo Direct. We got let on with a carrot on a stick for a couple weeks, thinking, "Oh, it's going to be the end of the month."
It was.
We get a partner. It did happen, but it was a partner Direct, which we haven't gotten since the COVID year.
Yeah.
So we'll go through our opinions on all that, why we didn't get a Direct, maybe the expectation of a September one later on, but anyways, let's talk about the releases for the month. Mega Man The Wily Wars. Did you pick it up?
Otherwise known as the Sega games. I haven't touched it yet, but I was told, as a person who's going through the Legacy collections currently, that it is different enough to actually play it. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
By a previous guest on this show, I think. Did we have 112 on the show? I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rush through these last three: Comic Zone, Target Earth, and Zero Wing. I haven't touched any.
Never
of these.
even heard of them. I'm not a Sega
Well,
boy.
they're on Genesis Online if you want to try them yourself. I think Wily Wars looks cool, but I have not touched the NSO apps, and
yeah, I think that was
who knows how long.
I think that was the biggest release out of the four because people were actually wanting that when Genesis was announced, because I think the last time it was the Genesis Mini that they re-released it on, so.
Which is funny because they just announced the Genesis Mini 2, I believe, but we'll talk about that in the next episode.
Stupid. I don't know
Very
why that exists.
But also in NSO news, we did in fact get another Pokemon. Is this the first Pokemon? Yeah, it is the first Pokemon game on NSO. Yeah. I'm thinking of the newest one.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap came to N64 Online. I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but I played it when I was younger. I know what to expect.
I didn't play it when I was younger. I didn't think New Snap was very good, so I'm not interested. The only Pokemon... Actually, I really don't like most of the spin-off Pokemon games, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
I've attempted Pinball. Pinball is honestly the one I've had the most fun with. Ranger was alright. Mystery Dungeon was... whatever.
I jumped on the bandwagon with Snap way back in the early Wii U days because everyone was talking about how the gamepad was such a perfect fit for the game and why they were so upset nobody ever made it for it. So I picked it up, I played it, it was good.
Yeah, I did like Pokken. Pokken was fun. Rumors of a sequel.
I always forget Pokken exists, but it's a good time.
There's rumors of a sequel or maybe a replacement with a Stadium sequel, which is relevant because Stadium might be coming up pretty soon on NSO.
I would love to see us get that Detective Pikachu game first.
Mm-hmm.
If it even still exists at this point, because it's been
well
over 3 years since it was announced.
I think Mark is the reason. He is Detective Pikachu too.
My gosh, I don't like that guy. He's one of the few insiders I have blocked.
Yeah.
I don't like him. But anyways, our first big release of the month is Mario Strikers Battle League. Did you pick it up?
Hell no.
Wow. Okay, that's a strong reaction.
I do not like Mario sports games. I never touch them. Didn't even touch
Oh, that's
golf.
right. I forgot.
Yep, didn't touch golf. I was
Um,
gifted Aces. I think I still have it, but I didn't have fun with that. The only Mario sports game I've had fun with is eight Open. Open. Yeah, Open.
oh, Tennis Open.
Yeah.
That's fair. But I in fact did pick it up. I think I got about 10 hours into it. I'm gonna go back into it pretty soon when the new update comes out that was just announced. We'll talk about that next time. It's very content light, and you feel it with strikers more than I'd say even tennis and golf because
Yeah.
all there is to do is play soccer,
Do you
and
think
the online experience does not make that easy to play it against each other, stuff like that. You make a league, you play other leagues. That's all there
yeah.
is to it as of right now.
You think we have enough time to talk about this? Because I think that's more important than actually than the release of Strikers. Is the post DLC debacle.
Oh, we can go into it real fast.
Okay, so my take is that I think it, all in all, it's a good thing, but what drags it down is having a piss poor game at release. Like, and
Exactly.
I'm not even comparing it to the original games, but if you were to, this isn't really a sequel. This is just another game in the series, you know? It's just
10 characters at launch is embarrassing.
yeah, especially it compared to like I think Ultimate is like the best post-launch DLC thing, regardless if it's paid or not, because you have a full game experience on top of getting, which we also got free updates and paid DLC. We got both actually. And then just as
The
games went
way
on, we've just gotten less and worse $60 games versus free updates later down the line. Even we can talk about Odyssey too. We got post updates after launch too, with secrets
they don't
and costumes, but the main game was amazing.
the way I see it with these post-launch, I'm gonna go with the free ones right now. So it really started with Splatoon. Splatoon 1 was very content light, but we looked the other way because it was a new IP and they handled the rollout very well. Splatoon's very good with that.
Yeah, and
You'll get like a new weapon every week, a new map every 3 to 4 weeks.
it was
Splatoon
almost like
2,
a Fortnite type of deal too, I guess.
exactly. Splatoon 2 was a little better. It had a little more content, but even then it was kind of like, we let it slide because we knew they needed a game for the Switch's launch year, and there was only 2 years between the games. Mario Tennis was kind of light on content, but they really redeemed it because over time, even long after people stopped playing the game, more content was being added. There's so much in that game at this point. Animal Crossing, it started to get a little shaky because these updates were stuff that was in the last game, and
Yeah,
people had already felt that New Horizons was lacking in content in some places.
yeah,
Then we get to, I think, the two worst offenders, Mario Golf, which had free updates but gave up very quickly, and now Strikers. 1 second. Give me just a second. Hey, where was I?
oh
I think I
God,
was
sorry,
talking about.
that's nasty.
You're all good.
I was just gonna say you
We were
forgot about
talking.
Wii Sports too.
That's another big problem. I kind of forgot that game came out this year.
Yeah, I was so excited for that game and I dropped it so fast. Like, it's fun. Don't get me
Likewise.
wrong, it's fun, but it's just not what I expected, and nor is it a complete package. That's my
The
biggest
quality
worry.
is the quality's there, but 2 out of the 6 sports feel like the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't get why they're releasing soccer potentially 5 6 months after the game comes out.
yeah,
Nintendo, they have a they they're on the right footing, adding free content to keep people playing their game, but they've gone off path while thinking, hey, release this game sooner, or
Mhm.
not even that, we can cut out some stuff in the base game and treat it as a free update.
You know, now that I think about it, well, I think one, it's unexcusable, especially because you're paying $60 out the gate. Second off, at the end of Golf's lifetime, it still doesn't really feel like a complete package. And three, and this is a little bit of a hot take, I think it's passable because it's not a full game. It's a sports game. It's a spin-off. And
It
honestly, they need to
the
keep people's attention because I don't even have an attachment to these sports games, so I have no idea. But as
but
a sports game, yeah.
the problem is the last, especially Mario Golf. Mario Golf on the 3DS had DLC,
Mm,
and it was fantastic. It was paid content, don't get me wrong, but they added like 8 to 10 courses to a game that already had 8 to 12.
yeah.
I believe Golf launched with 5 or 6, and yeah, they gave us 5, 6 more, but they gave up on the game super quickly.
Yeah.
I think Super Rush is better than people say it is. It's definitely not better than the 3DS one, but I think Strikers especially is the one that's going to break the camel's back just
Hmm.
because you launch with 10 characters. The gameplay is very basic, so frankly was this Next Level, yeah, Next Level Games. They spent probably 2.5 years on this after Mansion.
I think
I'm
they
really
wanted more.
disappointed.
I don't think this is
I
next
think they
level. I
did
think this
too.
is Nintendo.
I hope
Um,
so, because they're better
yeah.
than this. They've
Yeah.
shown that time and time again.
Like Luigi's Mansion is not worth $60. That shit is worth like $100. Like that is a
I won't
full
go
ass
I
game.
won't go I won't go that far.
That is a
But
full ass game. Hey, guess what? That also had post launch content, and the game was
it
amazing.
did.
So,
It did.
and it was
But
paid,
that's my
and it
point.
was paid. Don't forget that.
And people are like super demanding Mario Baseball right now, and I fear
It's
if they
gonna be the
do
same
that.
thing. Same thing.
Well, the thing is, Bandai would be making that, so would they have to follow the same rules?
Would they though? I don't know if they would do that. I know that Bandai did make the previous entries, but
I
I'm
think
pretty
they
sure.
would. I think they have a really good relationship with Nintendo right now, and I think if Nintendo wanted another Mario Baseball, they'd go back to the people that know how to make it.
I think they actually made it for Superstars too. Um,
They they made the GameCube one and the Wii one, I believe.
no,
Oh,
I think they helped out.
Superstars. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Recently thinking about the Scott the Woz video. Anyway,
I haven't watched it yet. I'm excited.
yeah. But no. What do you think about Mario Kart? Because this one's a little bit different. One, it's paid. Two, it's like 4 years after launch.
5 years, basically. But yeah, I'm very much okay with Mario Kart
Okay.
purely because the game already has 48 tracks.
Hmm.
Yes, the character roster is to be desired, but that's been an issue for years.
But it's
And
also
they're
a
not
port.
exactly. And I will say that. I think this DLC should have been out 2019, 2020, if not sooner. I think
Yeah.
they were very stupid and slow to see how well this game sold.
And I think that was
That being
Tor.
said,
I think that was Tor's
that
fault. To be
and I
honest.
think so. I also think they had the mindset of we don't know how well this game's going to sell. We might need another Mario Kart game in 2, 3 years
Hmm.
on the Switch. But I'm okay with Deluxe's booster pass purely because it's $25 for doubling the tracks. If
Yeah.
they were charging like 35, 40, it'd be another story because they're doubling the game's track size. So they could have absolutely charged more if they really wanted to.
And it's free for
As
those who
well,
have expansion pass too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to pay for it, they are giving you an option.
I'm surprised Torna isn't on there yet. I feel like that's coming up pretty soon.
I think it has to.
Yeah.
I really do.
So honestly,
Uh,
moving forward, I know Nintendo's probably gonna do it again with another sports game, but I think that moving forward, if Nintendo wants to do DLC, they're gonna have to either pull a Smash Ultimate or they're gonna have to pull a Xenoblade, because I think Xenoblade and Splatoon have done the paid DLC model the best.
if they want to do paid DLC, they've got to release a full game that actually
Yeah.
needs, like, could use more content.
Yeah.
If they're going to keep going with this free mentality, they have got to release complete games.
we also forget that 3DS games were $40 at launch, and
Exactly.
these sports titles are probably worse
60.
off than the 3DS ones were at launch. So
I think Aces was better than World Tour or whatever the 3DS one. Golf absolutely is in a worse position
yeah.
because Golf on 3DS had an adventure mode. It had more courses. It had Mario themed courses.
Mm-hmm.
Really, all we got for Super Rush is New Donk. That's it.
Yeah.
It's nothing. You had a Yoshi's Woolly World themed stage. You had a Mario Galaxy themed stage. New Super Mario Bros. U, I think it was Layer Cake Desert and Sparkling Waters in the 3DS one.
I think we
It felt
do.
like you were.
I
Oh,
think.
go ahead.
I think. I'm pretty sure that Mario, like the one with the floating Mario characters, I think that's 3D World in Super Rush.
Doesn't feel like it. It just feels like area with a bunch of Mario characters just as golf courses, which is fun. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but it's not the same.
All right. I feel like that this whole
Anyways,
topic is
we
saved for like a separate video. To be honest, there's so much that.
it needed to be said.
Yeah.
All right. Um, I definitely didn't play this game, but I know you were certainly excited for it. Omori.
So I did buy it, but it's not coming until like October, I think.
Oh, you bought the physical?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think it's out. I think the physical you can buy the physical online right now, but I bought a plush with it, which I think both of them were pre-order. So basically the shop said because they're both pre-order, you're going to have to wait till the most recent one comes out. So which is like October-ish. Okay. So I bought a little plush with it too, so
Okay.
that'll be fun. But no, Mori's a great game and you need to buy it right now.
As soon as I get through my backlog and my replaying of games I shouldn't be replaying. A game that I have been playing is the Switch release of Fall Guys.
Yes.
I'm addicted.
So
I'm addicted.
I haven't gone back to it in a minute, but okay, so small story, quick story. I bought it on Steam. And so obviously they removed it from Steam and all that stuff. But I was like, okay, I want to try it out on Switch. So I got it on Switch. I signed into my account and everything. But because I started it on Switch when they moved over to free for all, I lost the opportunity to get the free items that I could have gotten from paying for it. Which means I basically threw $30 out the window. You can't talk to Steam about it because Steam won't give you your money back because it's not even on their store anymore. And Metatonic can't help you out because they don't even have like a support system. You have to do that through Epic, and I don't know how to do that.
That's awful. That makes no sense.
Yeah, so I ended up buying the season pass on my own, but because I was having too much fun.
Yeah, I ended up buying the season pass too, and I was so tempted to buy the plushine costumes they had earlier this week, but I had to stop myself.
Yeah, I'm like, I finally understand what Fortnite players are going through. This is great. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun. The game's great. I can't wait for the next season. I think we're about a month out.
Yeah, I think that is what I'm waiting for right now. I think I've got my fill after the Halo event. So I think I'm ready for season 2. So
that's very nice. A game I picked up, my partners played a ton of, Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. Little story, as soon as that game came in, I started like having a craving to go back to the original Hyrule Warriors Definitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing that for the last few weeks.
Nice.
And I have not touched 3 Hopes.
I'm not interested. I'm not into
I didn't think you would be.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's out now, but
I've watched a bit of him playing it. It looks fantastic, but I don't have the time.
Is he a big Fire Emblem guy or? And he's gone.
Like he has over 100 hours in both Definitive and Age of Calamity, and I think he's up to like 50 hours already in this one.
He's a Warriors fan.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's really been enjoying it. He's kind of gotten burnt out. I guess New Game Plus is not very good, but that's another rant for another day. Moving on to the last, well, last big like Nintendo Capcom release in the month, which was Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak,
Okay, you did
which did
understand
actually
that.
yes, which did receive a free demo. I
uh,
have not played Rise. I have no idea about this.
I thought it was important to include, but
It was
it's
important to include.
I have no opinions on this. As far as I can tell, like some people might have considered this to be a spin, or not a spin-off, like not as spin-offy as like the stories games, but like people didn't really consider this like the next one after World, I think it was, because it was only released on Switch. But now that it's on PC and the DLC's out, I think people are warming up to it. Get it?
I think they
Did I just
I
blink?
think
I
they
think I
like
blinked. I
oh
didn't
my
wink.
god. I think people like this, but I think they see these two types of Monster Hunter games as like their own things. Like you got the more traditional one with Sunbreak and Rise, and then you have the more open one with World.
Hmm.
And I think it's gonna stay like that.
Yeah, but I think now that it's on PC, it's gotten a bigger, wider, more a bigger appeal. So
Agreed. Anyways, Nick All Stars Brawl received a voice acting update in preparation for is it Jimmy's dad coming to the game during the summer or something?
yeah, but
Oh my god, I can't wait for that.
I still haven't gone back to the game. I really really wanted to like it, and I feel like I wasted my money. To be honest, this is the first time where I
I wanted to
felt like I wasted my money.
I was gonna get it until Nintendo announced their Smash Direct for Sora was gonna be on the same day, and I was like,
Mhm.
I ain't risking it.
Yeah,
If they shadow drop this character, I'm not risking it.
yeah.
And I still haven't bought it.
I think there's rumors of them just straight up making a new game, which is cool. Um,
Actually, I saw so I follow the gaming leaks and rumors Reddit page,
mhm.
and a few days ago there was a listing in some country
It's
for
Ultimate Edition,
Nick All
right?
Stars Ultimate, yeah, Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
So I think they might be like doing a version with like all the DLC in the fall, or at least all the currently released. I don't know, but
I hope that they pull a Fall Guys and have a complete relaunch after that point, because it was so
yeah,
mediocre at launch, but there's just so much potential, and I'm not really vibing with multiverses because I'm not really a big fan of those characters, you know. So like
that's yeah, I get
Nick,
that.
I have more of a resonance with Nickelodeon, and that's why I was so excited for it. But it was just so mediocre, and I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Yes, I know
Well,
I know it's
hopefully,
not the developers that did that.
hopefully, if and when this new version gets announced, hopefully it's got some appeal, and maybe I'll finally dip into it.
Hmm.
Um, so this was one of the shadow drops for the partner showcase we're going to talk about here pretty soon. But the Portal collection has released on Switch this month. Did you
So
pick it up?
I have been in a money slump recently, so I haven't been able to pick it up, but I will. But I've also just recently replayed through the Portal games, so
Yeah.
um, I'm pretty good
Honestly,
for now. But I will be getting it on Switch eventually.
they're good to have on Switch, but if you've recently replayed them, there's not a reason to rush into them. There's no new
Hmm.
content. I finished up the first one. They're great games, don't get me wrong, but it's something I
Technically,
wasn't really asking for.
technically there is new content because some people didn't
Oh,
know about the Stay Alive stuff. So for the first game, so I
oh, that's
honestly
right. Okay,
I think they added it later on PC, and when I looked at it on PC, when I was replaying it on PC, I was like, "Is this just harder versions of the original maps?" Like I was so confused. It's not very clear, especially because it
right.
was like new stuff for the Xbox version, which I'm not really understanding, but whatever.
Yeah. But moving on from that, Live Alive got a demo. I admit I have no interest in this game. It looks great, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, but I don't have time.
Where's my Chrono Trigger remake?
You mean the Chrono Cross thing we got like back in April? Is that
Yeah,
not what you
yeah,
wanted?
yeah. Remastered
But
collection, whatever you want to call it.
finally, the last release we're going to talk about today is what I have been waiting for 2, 3 years at this point. The Cuphead DLC finally launched, and holy
Woo!
hell, it's hard.
Yeah, so I haven't played it yet, which or bought it because I think it's paid, but I've watched Jacksepticeye play it and it looks fun. I kind of want to try out Chalice.
I finished all of the new bosses, all the content. It's very good.
Even the
It's
secret
really
boss.
hard. Even the secret boss.
All right.
Secret boss was really fun. I heard rumors about what I didn't know what it was until I played it, but I knew it had something to do with the graveyard.
Yeah.
So when I finally got to it, I'm like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah. I think I want to just when I fix my Wi-Fi, I think I want to stream it and just start over from the beginning and try to play it myself. Because after
There you go.
watching Jack play it again, I think I'm feeling ready to try it. I know it's gonna be hard, but um, I feel like I can do it, especially after a little bit
There
of
you go.
training with Mega Man. But my biggest issue is that I don't really rage quit. I tend to like push through and still try. Even I think the first time I genuinely rage quit was with Wily in 7, but I think I can do it. I'm just afraid I'm gonna break my closet like I did this.
It took
I do have a
me
lot of anger issues for that with
it
games.
took me like 10 hours to get through those bosses.
Oh
They're no
really?
joke.
Okay.
Yeah, they're hard.
Did you play it with Cuphead or
Um,
Chalice though?
Cuphead.
That's
I
that is
challenged
why.
myself.
That is why.
I
It
didn't go easy mode on
that
this.
it's not even really easy mode. They're just built for Chalice. It's still
Yeah, I
hard.
know.
So
Yeah, that's fair. Um, all right, that's everything that released this month that's worth talking about at very least.
yep.
Right. Before we get into the news, let's talk about the two events Nintendo hosted this month. First things first, we got a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. What was it, the 21st or the 22nd of
I
June?
can't remember.
Something like that? Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was 20 minutes or so, roughly, showing off a bunch of new story details and info on the Xenoblade game, which also announced some DLC and amiibo support.
Yep.
Did
I
you watch it?
Yes, I did actually. I'm kind of in a
Nice.
Xenoblade mood right now. I haven't played them yet still, but I've been watching someone play through it and it looks a lot of fun. I'm a little bit scared of the battle system still, but Xenoblade 3 is looking so much fun and it seems like all the problems from Xenoblade 2 are getting fixed here and returning
Absolutely.
mechanics that were pretty good from what I've heard from 1 or returning several of the gems, which I'm very confused about why they're returning, but everything else seems pretty fun.
I'm super excited for this game because I played Xenoblade 2 when it first came out on Switch. I didn't beat Torna. I just recently, about a month or so ago, finished Definitive Edition.
Hmm.
I wanted to play whatever it is that comes with that one. I don't remember the title of it. I don't have time. So I'm excited to
Yeah,
I'm gonna like watch a YouTube video summing up like the story and stuff at this point.
it's
And
as far as I know, it's basically leading right into 3. So
yeah, I am super excited for Xenoblade 3. I'm there day one. I
mhm.
don't care what I'm playing, I'm dropping it.
I know that you don't like Game Explain, but they do a pretty good video recapping the entirety of the story from.
I saw that one, but a bunch of other YouTubers do it as well. I might give theirs a chance depending on
Okay.
length, but
But
yeah.
it was made by one of the good ones there, so.
As long as it wasn't Andre.
Well, okay, we can't. I didn't want to name drop anybody, but
No, fuck Andre.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
You
I'm
can
not
make
gonna
no
go
comment,
there.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a lot of content that we're not going to go through here, but there is a DLC expansion pass kind of like what
Yes,
you got,
that is what I'm
and
most excited for because the oh
bunch
my
of
god,
content.
the art is so beautiful. I love
Oh, it's
that. I
gorgeous.
love that art.
But it's a bunch of content coming through launch day through the end of next year,
Hmm.
including what everyone is most excited for, a new story. Probably
Hmm.
just like Torna, it'll probably get its own physical release.
Yep.
And that's
And
why I'm not going to buy the DLC.
that's how you
I
do
will.
DLC, baby.
Exactly. I will buy it if it doesn't get a physical launch, but I'm not making the same mistake I did with Torna. I'm buying it physically.
I didn't see a physical release for Torna anywhere. As far as
Oh,
I know, it's a
it's
case.
expensive.
It's a case, and it has a code in it, and that's it.
Is it really?
I think
I'm
so.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it has a cartridge.
Not that I know of, because you need to have the base game. Well, I guess you don't
No, you
need to,
don't.
but it
No,
is
you don't.
all right. Fair enough. I wouldn't play Torna without
I
playing the base game because it would make
well,
zero
yeah,
fucking
I
sense.
agree with that. But yeah,
It's like why
no,
we.
I'm
It's
still.
like if you play Octo expansion by
I'm
itself.
still trying to wait for like the price to come down a little bit so I can
Yeah.
buy a physical version of Torna, but I'm not hell bent on it.
Yeah, I honestly kind of wish it was like in the Xenoblade 2 app, if that makes sense. Like I wish it was like an option that you could select instead of it being on the main menu, because that means
That's fair.
you can't transfer like stuff from the other
Yeah, I
games.
get that.
So it's basically a whole
Yeah.
new game from scratch. But
What I'm really excited about, the small little tidbit, is my Shulk amiibo finally has purpose. If you scan the Shulk amiibo, you get like a little Minato.
that is very dope. That is very cool.
I'm absolutely using that. I don't like to use my amiibo for stuff like that usually. I'm doing it.
I'm surprised they didn't say, "Oh, the Pyra and Mithra amiibo let you use the Aegis sword or whatever."
They probably weren't ready to talk about Pyra and Mithra yet. We still haven't gotten Steve.
Yeah.
So I think once that happens, it'll probably be like a free update or something like that, and
Yeah.
it'll be there.
Speaking of amiibo, what is going on? That's so strange. I don't know why it's not here yet.
What do you mean?
Like the Steve amiibo, we haven't heard anything
Oh,
regarding anybody else past that. I'm a little scared.
don't be scared. Just we have confirmation of every amiibo besides Sora right now. I think
Okay.
Sora will still come, but
It's just
this
so
happened after
far.
this happened after Wii U. It took a long time to get Corrin, Bayonetta, and Cloud. I'm
Okay.
not worried. We'll probably get a Steve release date here in a few weeks, either early to mid August, and it'll probably be like October or something like that.
I've been seeing a lot of pictures of it. Is there a P2 amiibo? Is there an Alex
Yeah,
amiibo?
it's Steve and Alex.
I don't remember him announcing. I don't remember Sakurai showing off the Alex
I don't
amiibo.
remember what it was, but it is Steve and Alex. It was in one of the Sakurai presents.
I thought everyone was complaining that no DLC had a P2 amiibo, so.
Steve is the only one.
Yeah, Steve for the win. All right.
But yeah, Steve and Alex are both happening.
All right. Let's go. I think we're good.
All right. So when all the hype was building, when everyone thought we were finally going to see Breath of the Wild 2, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Metroid Prime Remastered, and maybe 4, Nintendo said,
No.
"You like Persona?"
I do.
I do too. But
This
so we got a Nintendo Direct mini partner showcase announced a day before it was released.
it was the best partner
It was
showcase
good.
ever.
It was good.
Yep.
I'm not angry about it.
I'm angry
Um,
that it's a partner showcase, but I'm not angry about the content.
That's fair. Um, anyways, big reveals is we're actually getting a remaster of Pac-Man World on the GameCube, and it's coming out soon.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never played
I'm
the Pac-Man
excited.
World game, so
I haven't either,
I'm
but
ready to
it's
check
like
it out.
it's $30. It's an instant buy for me. It looks very good.
And it's physical.
Oh, I was shocked by that.
Yeah.
Moving on from that though, we did get a release date and a new look at Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. It is coming out October 20th, and it leaked a day before the presentation.
Yep. And I believe there was
Ubisoft cannot catch a break.
I believe that there was a presentation of Sparks of Hope.
There was
I
there
think I
was a day
missed.
after.
Yeah.
It was like a little 6 to 10 minute thing. It showed off a little more showed off a little more battling and exploration. The game looks fantastic,
Yeah.
and you can play as Bowser at the loss of Yoshi. I'm okay with that.
I don't
am.
care. I don't like Mario Rabbids.
This is one of my most hype games of the year, to be honest. This and Splatoon, they're very close right now.
There's rumors that Rabbids replaced Mario and Luigi, and that makes me so upset.
I don't think it did. I think right now they just don't know what to do with Mario and Luigi because Alpha Dream is now not a company.
hmm
So I think we'll see Mario and Luigi again someday. I just don't know when.
Like, I mean, the least that they can do is release a collection of all the games remastered, at the very least.
That's true. We're going out of order with this, but the big finale game for the Direct was the Persona 5 Royal coming physically. I'm excited about that.
I didn't know
Persona 4 Gold, it's the only one.
that.
Persona 4 Gold and then Persona 3 Portable are all coming to Switch. The latter two digitally only.
I am
And
so
Persona 5
excited.
Royal is coming out. Persona 5 Royal is coming out a day after.
Fuck you,
Rabbids.
Square. There's no excuses. Why'd you treat Kingdom Hearts
me.
like this?
It's Square Enix. That's why.
But like, how is Royal on the Switch? How? I don't understand, especially
It's
physically.
it's that they did not want to try very hard. It's really as simple as that. They could have easily gave us Kingdom Hearts 3 cloud version and the rest physically. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone would have complained. But they
I'm
chose the easy way out.
I am very excited. This is the first time I'll be experiencing all the Persona games. I'm very confused why Royal is coming out first, because I've been told do not play Royal first, play 3 first, because
I've never been told that.
you will not have fun playing 3 if you play 5 first. It, like, all the quality of life mechanics, you're not gonna enjoy 3.
Now, to be fair, I have Persona 5 on my PS4. I played like the first 5 hours, so I'm playing Persona 5 and 4. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and play 3.
And that is also my worry too, because watching John's video on Persona 3 remakes that they're doing, or fan remasters, I've noticed that Portable is just not a Persona game at all. It's like Persona 4. Like, a lot of people say, oh, there's pros and cons to both. Honestly, the only one I'm interested in looking at is Fez, and there's problems with that Portable fixes, but Portable is like,
Yeah.
they completely changed the game. It's a completely different game. So
Right now, for me, I'm picking up 5 day one.
yeah,
I may pick up 4 if I'm not super busy. I honestly, unless I like something happens that like makes me want to play 3, I'm not going to.
yeah. I'm probably gonna do the same. I will be playing both of them though. I've been told to play 3 through 5. Those are like the games to play. Do not even touch 2 and 1. So
Yeah.
but
Anyways, Persona 5 is just one of the ever-growing October games. Another October game that got announced is Nier Automata. It's finally coming to the Switch on October 6th, I believe, 5th or 6th.
yep, I think you skipped
Great
something,
announcement. Oh, I'm coming back to that when I saw it.
Okay, but
Um,
as for that one as well, this is Square. What are you doing? Nier Automata is freaking huge. How?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
Just
how do
this
you
is my
care more
epis-
about Nier than Kingdom Hearts?
This
I
is
don't
my
get it.
monthly episode reminder that somehow we're getting Hogwarts Legacy on Switch this year. And so far, the box art does not have the download required label on it. So, take that how you will.
I don't know, and I don't know.
I am so excited to see how that works. I haven't pre-ordered.
It's probably not. It's probably gonna run so bad. It's kind of look like Wizard 101.
I'm gonna buy it just to have it on my shelf. If it's really bad, I'll just play the PS4 version.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, surprisingly enough, a Nintendo Switch launch game is finally getting a sequel with Super Bomberman R2. I don't care.
I didn't care for it, but it's cool, I guess. That's interesting. An interesting release.
I picked up Bomberman R really early on to the Switch. I got it like launch month. I played it for like an hour. It was fun. I got bored very quickly.
It's actually the third game in the series,
thinking.
because online I think it's a separate game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
I think enough people liked online that they're like, all right, fuck it, we're making a sequel, similar to Puyo Puyo
Probably.
Tetris, I'm guessing.
Probably. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. That was a really cool announcement.
That I was like,
our friend Ash Paulson was very excited.
Yes. So I was like, why didn't they release this in the Capcom? So I'm glad that they didn't, but I am so excited for this one. Again, I'm just waiting for the next Legacy collections to come out so I can replay all the play all the Mega Man games for the first time. But this is so cool. Although, the release strategy is very strange. As far as I know, I think there's a Volume 1 and Volume 2, which they didn't show in the Direct. And I think they're coming out on different days, I think, if that was...
Capcom's gonna Capcom, especially with their Mega Man collections. I don't get them.
And it's like a weird, like, off balance. Like, I think there's like so many in one and then so many in the other. I don't know what's going on. It's a little strange.
If there's not like 1 through 5 in 1 and like 6 through 10 in 2, I'm gonna be very confused.
Yeah, and is it are the Star, what are they called? Star, I think there's like a black version and a white version or something like that. Is that part of this?
I don't know.
You can move on. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, sweet. Return to Monkey Island. I think that was previously announced, or if not, it was rumored.
I don't know
I don't.
anything about
Yeah,
this, so I've
it looks fun. I hope anyone who's excited for this is happy with what they've seen. I don't care personally.
Star Force is the series, and no, it's not a
Oh,
part of it.
okay.
It's the
We'll get
closest
another
thing.
collection.
The closest thing I can see connecting this is, I think it's like their version of Pokemon Ranger, I think.
Okay.
But what's
Okay.
strange
Good to
about it
know.
is I don't think there will make a collection because there's only 3 games in the series, I think.
They may just release them like an eShop only thing if they ever come out.
Yeah, and I think that's what I was saying. I think the Legacy or the Battle Network collection might have been like the best one to release them in, but oh well.
Yeah. But the
Anyway,
last couple things that we haven't talked about yet from this presentation is we got another new little look at Sonic Frontiers.
which
I
was the
think
biggest look
this
that
is a
we've
good
got out
showing.
of the summer, the summer,
Exactly.
which is so strange, but
Yeah.
and especially how
I
good
hope
it's
it's
running on
good.
Switch.
I want it to be good. I want to play it. I want to enjoy it. We'll see.
I feel like last year was like, why are we getting these games on Switch? They look horrible. And now we're like, how are we getting these games on Switch? How do they look so good?
You know how we're getting them? Because they're actually putting an effort to put them on the Switch because now the Switch is 5-10 million away from outselling the PlayStation 4 and becoming the system with the most user
Yeah.
base. They kind of have to try now.
Yeah, or it's that we're getting a Switch Pro in October.
And we'll see. I wouldn't bet money on it, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
ignore the opportunity.
I think it
Anyways.
will get announced this year, but it's not coming out this year for sure.
We're talking about a Pro, not a successor, right?
No, Pro. If
Okay.
if it doesn't come
I
out
can-
this year,
I can
then
see
it's
it.
definitely a successor for sure.
I think successor is 2024. We've talked about that ad
Mm-hmm.
nauseum at this point. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And honestly, this last one was a real big surprise for me because it was announced prior, but it looks really good. Disney Dreamlight Valley. It looks like a mix between Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, and a mix of other crap. It looks fun.
I completely skipped this part. I had no idea what was going on.
It looks cute. That's it. Like, there's an open beta or something like that, open playtesting on the 6th of September. It's right before Splatoon. I'm not gonna have time.
Have I explained this yet? I love Disneyland. I love Disneyland. I love Star Wars. I love some Disney properties. I don't think I like Disney. Like
That's
Kingdom
fair. I
Hearts
don't blame
1,
you. I'm not big on Disney myself.
I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is the weakest in terms of Disney worlds, and that's why I like 3 so much because of how many like Pixar worlds are in it, but I guess I'm not really a big fan of Disney, which might be a hot take. Like I'm not into the obviously I'm not into princesses, but like I don't really care for the
Right.
princess series at all. Like Frozen was just kind of mid, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
But this game is just like, all right,
It's
Disney,
a hot take, but
Disney game coming.
okay. So now we have our last. It was an okay June.
Mhm.
Obviously, we didn't really get any Nintendo reveals, but at least so far, it looks like they're announcing stuff just via Twitter, like it was
Yeah.
in 2020. And I imagine we'll be back to a formal direct in September.
Yeah, they're I think they're trying to give Splatoon and Xenoblade enough breathing room because they're pretty big games.
I think they just wanted to manage expectations as well. I think it's partially because of that, and partially, hey, we're not ready to show off Metroid Prime 4. Hey, we're not ready to show off Breath of the Wild 2 quite yet because we have that Wind Waker Twilight Princess pack coming out September through November. Let's just say I'm keeping the dream alive. Yada yada yada. You can laugh at me all you want, but I
Although-
do think that.
Do you think we're getting a look at Splatoon 3 anytime soon? Because we haven't gotten like a full trailer for that yet. We've only gotten like bits and pieces and teases, and so far it looks
Splatoon
like
usually
bigger
Splatoon
too.
usually has a direct 3 to 4 weeks before the game comes out, so I think it'll be early August that we'll have a direct. For
I
it.
hope so.
But what I was gonna say is, and this has been rumored about by Jeff Grubb, my favorite rumor person to talk about. He thinks that it might be like a GameCube kind of styled holiday for Nintendo. Like after Splatoon 2, Nintendo is not releasing anything for the remainder of the year. And what are the big rumors? Prime Remastered and the GameCube Zeldas. I think if you showed up to like a big June Direct and those were your couple big reveals, I think a lot of people would walk away disappointed.
I
And I
would be
think
fine with it, but
I would have been too. But I think if you didn't show off Prime 4, you didn't show off Breath of the Wild 2, and let's say those two titles and the new Fire Emblem are the big reveals for that direct, I could see like the general audience is being upset.
I hate that
And I
I'm
think
saying
Nintendo
this.
saw that.
I hate that I'm saying this, and even though I love the Mario Kart DLC, I miss Mario. Why do I miss Mario? I feel like we've been a Mario drought for a while.
Because we haven't had a new 3D Mario game besides the Bowser's Fury in almost 5 years.
Not even 2D. We haven't gotten a 2D one either. So
We got Mario Maker in 2019, but that's not really 2D Mario. That's a build your own. That's a here, I'm going to give you the crap, you do it yourself. But, anyways, let's move on to the last little few news topics we have. First thing in June, we got a new Pokemon trailer, and I'm very excited about what I'm seeing. And you know, I'm not a Pokemon guy.
yeah,
So
I'm
me
very
saying that's a big
optimistic.
step.
With Arceus, I was cautiously optimistic. This time, I'm very optimistic, especially with all the leaks coming out. I don't know if they're real or
I
not,
haven't
but
looked at the leaks.
it
I
gets.
refuse.
I
I've seen a few.
I know they might be wrong or jokes or whatever, but I think it's getting the hype train rolling. I'm getting excited, but
I'm
also
excited.
weirdly a lot of lack of information officially from Pokemon. This is probably the least amount of information we've had ever, I think.
Yeah, I think we're due for another Pokemon Presents here in the next month or two as well, just to
Hmm.
like get a bunch of info out. Maybe Detective Pikachu. We'll see, but or another spinoff. But
God.
I think our time is coming, and I think at this point they really do need to curb expectations or like give us something because of all these leaks that are going around.
Yeah. I've given up on Detective Pikachu, to be honest with you. Like
I have two. I just do it for the laughs at this point.
there's three things since the Switch has come out that we just can't fucking stop talking about, and I hate it, and it's like burning my mind to dust basically. Metroid Prime 4, Detective Pikachu 2, and the Switch Pro. It's all of those,
Yep,
and I'm tired of talking about it. I'm
that's
so
fair.
tired.
All right, but um, Super Nintendo World is coming. Is this the Hollywood location?
Yes. So this
Okay,
was basically, I think it was moved up. I think because it was actually supposed to come out in summer or supposed to open in summer. I think it's done. I went to Universal. I think it's done. They just need to open it, and I think they're waiting for the Mario movie.
there you go. But coming early 2023, exciting that I don't have to travel to Japan now to visit it
Hmm.
because
And we're going
I'm
together, right?
literally, yeah, honestly, I'm down.
Yeah.
We're both like one or two states away. I'm in
Hmm.
Oregon now,
Yeah.
so um, moving on from that, we did see more Hollow Knight Silk Song. Just
Yep.
Nintendo was not the one to give it to us.
Yep. At all. They didn't
We
even
saw it
like
at the
touch upon it.
yeah, we saw it at the Xbox showcase. Still no release date, but we did get a new look at it.
We saw it. It exists.
Yes. All right, kind of rushing through these real quick because we're running a little low on time. A new Fire Emblem game has been teased by Emily Rogers for a good few months now. She's been saying it could be done as early as September, October.
Hmm.
We got a bunch of details leaked and a couple of images that looks near complete. These images are a little bit older from what the person who leaked them has said, but apparently this game has been done for upwards of a year.
That's so strange. All right, but
I don't know if I believe that time frame. I do think it is done, but I don't think they've been sitting on it for that long.
yeah, then they would have released Hopes earlier, and
I
if
think
that
they
was
would
the
have just
case.
I think they would have released Fire Emblem at some point last year and Hope still in June.
Honestly, I feel like we should have gotten a Fates first, or Fates, is that their remake name? What's the remake name called?
Echoes.
Echoes, yeah. I feel like we should have gotten the Echoes first before a new game, but I think Hopes is filling out that gap. Um,
Yeah.
but honestly, I think this should have happened 1 year before. But
Yeah. I think a new Fire Emblem game will be a great early, like first quarter
yeah,
2023 game.
Breath of the
I could see
Wild
it falling
2,
into that.
FE, that's a pretty good.
I think Breath of the Wild's April through June, somewhere in that window. I think it'll be
Honestly,
late spring.
now that I think about it, I think that's almost like a perfect pro opening two titles.
If they want to do that, yes.
Yeah.
We actually heard a little bit more about this Sora introduction to Kingdom Hearts. Disney actually had no problem. It was more so Nomura that was being a little bitch about it.
I did not hear about that one actually. So
Well,
I
he's been really, I guess he was like really picky with how his character was represented, as he should be, but
yeah
apparently Disney had no issues with the inclusion.
yeah
They were all for it.
yeah. Honestly, like I know Nomura's weird most of the time, but
A little bit, yeah.
I honestly really thought Disney was gonna be like, nope, shutting that shit down right away. Like
I
we are
was too.
not.
I didn't think it was ever going to happen because of Disney.
But even regardless of Disney, I was always in the camp of why would Disney have any ownership over Sora? Because Sora is an original character.
Yep.
Like I don't think does Disney own the rest of the characters? Like does technically
I
own
it,
One Winged Cloud?
I don't know
Like
enough. I don't know enough about Kingdom Hearts to really understand what goes where.
yeah. So honestly, I don't know if it's like main character syndrome or whatever, but I think Nomura should have trusted Sakurai more because he
Agreed.
did a phenomenal job. So
Yeah, 100%. Moving on from that, we actually had a Final Fantasy presentation that showed off the new version, the new episode of like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
mhm.
However, Crisis Core is getting a remake remaster thing. It's coming to Switch this holiday, which was exciting.
And it's physical, I think.
It is physical.
And it
Like I
makes
have
me
it.
still mad about about Kingdom Hearts. I want.
Do you think at some point? You think at some point like Square's gonna come back and be like, "JK, JK, here's the real Kingdom
no,
Hearts."
no. Unless they do like
Rough.
a real full collection going into Kingdom Hearts 4, like I don't know. Like I know they have the story so far, but I'm meaning like they're all on one disc and
Yeah,
they maybe like actually remaster the DS games, then maybe we could see that on Switch day one, but I honestly don't know.
that's fair. Anyways, that's coming out this winter, so
Yeah,
it could be end of this year, early next year.
I'm
I'm
excited.
leaning towards early next year. Yeah,
Should
I'm gonna
I
pick it up.
should I get Integrate on PC first or should I wait for Crisis Core?
I think Crisis Core is a prequel, so I'd maybe
Yeah.
wait for that.
Okay.
I don't think it matters much either way,
Or
though.
should I play the original because I do own the original, so
Because I mean, you're gonna be waiting another probably 4 or 5 years for the final part of
mhm.
remake, so it's really up to you.
Or should I just wait till the end of remake? I'm just kidding.
That's personally that's what I'm kind of doing. I have the first episode of Seven Remake, but I haven't
Yeah.
played it yet.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some new Mario Legos coming out, including Baby Yoshi, Toad, Nabbit, and I believe it's a few of the other Mario enemies.
Yeah. Um
These are cute.
yeah, they're very cool. I think there's another one we got to talk about next time, I think, right?
The new set,
The big boy. Big boy.
that big boy. We'll
Yeah.
talk about the big boy next time.
I don't know. I always think it's fun to include these guys even though I'm never going to get them, but they're cool.
So we touched on this a little bit before. Sparks of Hope did get a new trailer in the Ubisoft showcase for it. Looks very good. October 20th. It's
Mhm.
gonna. I didn't mention this earlier, but there is a gold edition that's gonna have DLC, kind of similar to
I did
what
not know that.
DK Adventure did. Yeah, it's a new story campaign.
Hey,
What they're
actually good
teasing.
DLC. Oh wait, that's Ubisoft. Never mind.
So that will probably be coming in 2023. It has to be. Probably
Yeah.
summer, fall 2023, similar to Xenoblade. Good DLC. DK Adventure in the first Mario Rabbids was fantastic. So I'm
Again,
excited for
I
this.
don't know much about this. I will say, going back to the Legos, I totally forgot.
Oh yeah, go
I
for
think
it.
it would be pretty cool if they released like the characters like in like one set for those who just want the characters together instead of like the whole sets. I think that would be nice for
See,
us because
see
fifty
what you're
dollars,
telling me. Go for it. Go for it. Finish
fifty
your thought.
dollars for just the Mario. I can't cough that up. I just want
See,
Mario.
my biggest problem is Nabbit is now in Lego, but he's not in Mario Kart.
He's in tour.
Yeah, I'm not counting that.
Ooh, wait. I just realized. What if we got a Rabid Nabbit? Rabid Nabbit.
I would love that so much. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's what the DLC is. We figured out. We cracked the code.
I
Rabbit
actually think it's
Rabid
gonna be
Nabbit's
Wario and
Adventure.
Waluigi. I actually
Yeah.
think it's gonna be Wario and Waluigi.
Because let me think. Donkey Kong Adventure was based on. Was it based on the arcade game or Country?
Country. It was a little bit. It was mostly in a jungle setting, but it was Donkey Kong and Rabid Cranky Kong.
I I could potentially see it based off of Wario Land. I think that could be cool. Bring that
Well, we
back.
had Wario and Waluigi. Minor spoilers for the first game. Wario and Waluigi minorly showed up as like a mini boss in the final world in Kingdom Battle, but that's all
Rabbit
we saw
form.
of them. Yeah, it was Wario and Waluigi or something like that.
They don't have like the normal forms in that game.
Not in
Okay.
that first game. I could see it maybe in the second game,
Mm.
like DLC though.
I think Wario Land. I mean, I know Waluigi isn't in Wario Land, but he's in no Wario title.
Yeah.
But I think Wario Land could be fun. Bring us back to
Yeah.
that series. I just the other option would be either Mario Sports, which doesn't make any sense, or WarioWare, which makes a little bit of sense, but I don't know. I think I would rather them do Wario Land because they haven't talked about Wario Land in who knows how long, and that's an actually
That's
good
fair.
series. So
All right, our final topic of the day. I don't know. Was this
it's a rumor.
Illumination that was saying that? Oh, it's a rumor.
I think it's a rumor.
Apparently, the Mario movie is 75% done.
Tracks. I think that
Um,
makes sense.
well, there's been rumors going around for a good few months about like an entire layout of the movie's plot.
Hmm.
I don't know if I believe it or not, and I'm not going to say anything just in case it's true, because I do think we talked about it before.
Yeah, but
But
musical. That's all I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
but yeah, it might. It's coming out in April. Is it March or April next year? I think it's April.
No, April. You're right. Yeah,
Okay, so it's coming out early next year, so they've got another 9-ish months to make it. So
yeah,
we'll probably see a trailer sometime this holiday.
yeah.
But that was June, a little bit lighter than I think a lot of us were expecting, but still pretty good nonetheless. Got a lot of
Mhm.
wanted third-party ports, stuff like that, stuff we needed.
Mhm.
And it looks like it going into July, we are getting a lot of Nintendo updates very frequently via Twitter. So it's
Mhm.
not completely completely dry and quiet. So
I mean, there's a little bit of
anything else
sad
you want?
news next month as well. Unfortunately, we have a
Yes.
concrete
Yeah.
date of something, which hurts my heart. But
We'll talk about it next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next month.
bye bye.
Bye.